It's Tom from Tom and Abby Unfiltered, here with the disclaimer. Look, Abby is not a counselor, and I'm a complete moron. So that means we are not trained or qualified to give advice. Any advice given should be taken as entertainment only. Thank you.
This is Tom and Abby Unfiltered. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is Tom and Abby Unfiltered. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tom, here with my beautiful co-host / wife / best friend Abby, and you are listening to the first episode of Tom and Abby Unfiltered, a podcast where Abby and I discuss things like a married couple and sometimes agree and sometimes disagree. Today we have a couple of Am I the Assholes and marriage advice from a friend of ours who we'll call Rhonda. You can have Abby and I give you marriage advice as well if you email us at tomandabbyunfiltered@gmail. Subject line marriage advice. Just bear in mind, like the disclaimer said, that we are not trained or qualified to give advice, and any advice given should be taken as entertainment. Let's start the show. So, hello, hun. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
Down here freezing. So, our opening conversation is going to be a fuck, marry, kill. Okay, you ready? Hogwarts style. Dumbledore, Snape, and Mad-Eye Moody. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay, kill Mad-Eye Moody.
Rude. Okay.
I love Snape.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if I want to marry him or fuck him.
Okay. Weird kink unlocked.
I guess fuck him. Married, what, Dumbledore?
Dumbledore. I would literally kill Dumbledore because, you know, in the later books and the later movies, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Plus, he's the one who picked Baltimore up from the orphanage or whatever. So, yeah, I'm going to kill Dumbledore. I'm going to have sex with Snape. And then I'm going to marry Mad-Eye Moody because, you know, I'm all-inclusive and, you know, his weird eye doesn't bother me much. So, let's move on to our first. Am I the asshole? So this is something we're going to be doing as part of our shows where we're going to pick our favorite Am I the Assholes, read them, and me and Abby are going to talk about them. This one says, would I be the asshole if I refused to shave my armpits for my friend's wedding? Background. So I, 26, female, stopped shaving my armpits a few years ago and found that I greatly prefer not having bald armpits. I'm a sweaty person, and having hair prevents my pits from getting swampy and sweating off every single deodorant / antiperspirant known to mankind. I also have sensitive skin and get horrible rashes and razor burns from shaving. My decision to not shave my armpits is primarily personal. I am aware that it is going against social / gender norms and is therefore inherently political or subject to being politicized. Under no circumstances, though, I'm refusing to shave solely to make a political statement. The issue. My friends are getting married next summer, and they are inviting me to their wedding. It's also a destination wedding. By the way, fuck those friends. Don't ever invite me to a destination wedding, okay? Have it local if you want me to come, and even then I might not come. Okay, so they're having a destination wedding. Many of the wedding party events will involve wearing a swimsuit or clothes that will expose my armpit hair, as it will be summer in Mexico. I asked about dress codes for various events, and both bride and groom said they won't be strict about dress code as long as everyone is well groomed. I figured I knew what that meant considering I do work a professional job, but then they took this conversation as an opportunity to warn me that some of the other guests may be uncomfortable with the fact I don't shave. I reminded them that they invited me to the wedding with full knowledge that I don't shave my armpits, as it's not exactly a secret. They said that they assume I shave for special events where I need to look presentable. I said I always look presentable for special occasions, and shaving my armpits have nothing to do with it. If people take issue with it, then that's their problem. Now they're accusing me of trying to take attention away from their wedding by making a political statement. I told them I'm not doing that at all, and I don't shave my armpits because it's a personal preference, but ultimately got a whatever you say as a response. They have not at this point said I can't go if I don't shave. So I'm planning on going and not shaving. Would I be the asshole for doing that? Again, they know I don't shave and haven't for years. I wasn't even thinking about my armpit hair until they brought it up. I even said I could trim it a little, and they said it would still be very distracting. I've also explained to them my skin's sensitive, but they seem dead set on believing I don't shave to make a statement. They've said, well, you're a feminist, so there's no way it's not a political statement. That's making me feel like an asshole, that's for sure. But am I really the asshole? First off, body hair on anybody, male or female, grosses me out. Doesn't matter, especially those guys who wear that wear cutoff shirts and they have real hairy backs and they're it's like, oh, I just want to throw up. And guys even with extremely amounts of armpit hair is gross. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, this lady's an asshole, and let me tell you why. Now, people may disagree with me. It's not because she don't shave her armpits. That's not why she's an asshole. Okay, health, whatever, woman's right to do, shave or not shave or whatever the hell. Now, why this lady's an asshole is because she probably talks about it all the time. She probably talks about it, shows off her armpits to every single person that she talks to. She has to. How else would her friends know she don't shave her armpits? Literally, do you know if your friends shave their armpits? I mean, seriously, in order for that to happen, she has to go around telling everybody, I don't shave my armpits. And guess what? It's the best thing ever. I don't get razor bumps and I don't stink. By the way, she's incorrect. Actually, by shaving the hair helps to get rid of the sweat. The sweat holds on the hair. It's a fact. That's why professional wrestlers shave their armpits. But that's not the point. Yeah, she's an asshole because, and it is political because she obviously tells everybody about it. Obviously, if her friends know about it, then she obviously tells everybody she can that she shaves her armpits, as she doesn't shave her armpits. And again, I don't have a problem with that. But yet again, if you're going to go and to a destination wedding, by the way, fuck those friends. They are literally the worst people ever. Having a destination wedding. And if you've had a destination wedding, well, I like you because you're listening to this podcast. But in general, if you had a destination wedding, go fuck yourself. Okay, you're not inviting me to Mexico, making me spend $500, $600, $1,000 to go to a damn destination wedding. I'm sorry, I don't like to travel, and well, just don't invite me to weddings. I don't like weddings. Don't invite me to weddings. Don't invite me to birthday parties. Don't invite me to Christmas. Don't invite me to cookouts. Don't invite me to anything. But that's just me. But anyways, back to this lady. Okay, she's an asshole because she's obviously making a political statement about it. And how hairy are these pits if their friends are like, you gotta shave this shit. Like, seriously. Like, is it like Bigfoot under there or what? I mean, honestly, so that's my opinion. She's an asshole, not because she doesn't shave her armpits, but because she's making such a huge deal about this. She could just wear a shirt or wear a bathing suit that has sleeves. I mean, they have short sleeve bathing suits. It's not going to show your armpits. So, I mean, she's literally just trying to make this about them. And, like, her friends wouldn't even know if she probably didn't talk about it. So, what do you think, hon? What's your opinion?
See, I think she is an asshole, but not at the same time. Because I think the friends shouldn't expect her to shave. I mean, yeah, it's their wedding, and they can kind of say, like, okay, I want this, I don't want this at my wedding. But for them to pretty much demand that she has to shave kind of makes them assholes. But at the same time, I agree with you about how, oh, she probably tells everybody and shows them off any chance she can. So I feel like that kind of makes her an asshole. But I
Well,
don't think
let me bring up one thing so far. They didn't tell her as of right now she can't go. She did say that in the Am I
yeah,
the Asshole? So
yeah.
I just wanted to bring
But
that.
they
She
said
didn't say
they
that
want
yet.
her to be groomed.
I think if we ever get remarried and have another wedding, I think I'm gonna put in the guest invitations that all guests need to be well groomed, and in parentheses, I'll say, if you know, you know. But yeah, I agree. Like I don't mind, women have a right to not shave if they don't want to. I'm not one of those guys that are like, women, yeah, women have to shave. Society, it's norm, it's gross. No, I mean, I'm grossed out by body hair in both men and women, just in general. I mean, I'm a hairy motherfucker and I'm grossed out by myself. I used to until I got lazy, shaved every inch of my body except for my eyebrows. So I used to be grossed out by body hair, but that's a personal thing. I don't think that women are inherently, supposed to have to shave if they don't want to shave. I mean, it's a societal norm, and a lot of women do have razor bumps, and a lot of women do get infections and ingrown hairs and boils and stuff like that. So I get it. I really do. But I think this lady's just like super, super proud of it. And probably
Well,
like if you go to dinner with her, she probably just like, hey guys, look at this. It just like
well,
shows her
I
armpit.
don't get. She only talked about her armpit, so she shaves everywhere else.
Yeah,
Doesn't she get razor bumps there?
does she shave her legs or doesn't she not shave her legs?
I know, like
But
she didn't mention those.
the fact that they're just talking about the armpits, you're right. That's a good point because like your legs, hairy legs would also be showing
Too.
at that this makes this lady even more weird. No, because I know this one lady that me and you worked with. I'm not going to say any names. That she had armpit hair, but she still shaved her legs, and she even said she shaved her bush. So, but her thing was she couldn't shave her armpits because she got real bad rashes and stuff like that. But but yeah, but this lady just sounds like the worst. I'll be honest with you. And it's not because she has hairy armpits. I love my hairy armpit sisters. You know what I mean? You go, girl. You do you. Don't leave society rule you. But seriously, this lady is obnoxious and like literally the worst and is probably politicizing it. That's what I think. Well, anything else to say on the subject, hon?
No.
Yeah, feel free to tell us how you feel in the comments. Feel free to tell us, how you feel, let us know. Hey, maybe I'm an asshole. I mean, I am, but that's aside the point. All right, moving on to our next Am I the Asshole? Hun, you want to read it?
So, am I the asshole for wanting to pull my daughter from her art class after her friend told me my husband was flirting with her mom? My 44 female daughter, 13 female, does not have many friends at school and has been getting into trouble because of her behavior. We have been trying to get her involved in more activities so she can meet new people. She started an art class a few months ago and it seemed to be going well. She gets along with the girls there and she especially connected with one friend, 14 female. I have met this friend's mom a few times while picking my daughter up. About 3 months ago, the mom told me she was considering taking her daughter out of the group because of her work schedule. Then she directly asked me if I could pick her daughter up every week and drop her off at their house. It felt like a pretty bold thing to ask, especially since we did not know each other very well. But I checked the address and it was an easy detour for me, so I agreed. Over time, I got to know my daughter's friend a bit more, and honestly, I have mixed feelings about her. She comes across as kind of mean. She gossips a lot and says nasty things about the other girls in the class. For about a month, I could not do the pickups because of work, so my husband handled it. He never complained or mentioned anything unusual. Last week, when I started doing pickups again, my daughter's friend made a strange comment. She referred to my husband as my ex husband. When I corrected her, she said she just assumed we were divorced. I asked why, and she said it was because of how my husband and her mom flirted with each other whenever he dropped her off. She said it as if it were a joke. My daughter was in the car but did not say anything. I became upset and told her to stop lying, but she told me to ask my husband if he had offered to come to their house and fix their pool heater. That sounded completely made up because my husband knows nothing about pool heaters. That night I asked him, and to my surprise, he admitted he had said that. He told me it was just a throwaway comment to be polite, and he never planned to actually do it. We had a big argument. He denies having done anything inappropriate beyond that. Now I am considering taking my daughter out of the class. I do not want our family involved with that other family at all. But at the same time, this girl is my daughter's only real friend right now, and she loves the art class. I'm not sure what to do. So, am I the asshole?
Okay. Well, okay, which of the moms shave their armpits? That's I gotta know that one. No, but here's the thing. Okay, so now me and you talked a little bit about this one, briefly when you brought it up to me. And okay, here's how I feel about this. Okay, first off, I'm a guy. Hello. I know my voice is misleading, but I am a man. I have balls and a penis. Um, Men make throwaway comments all the time. Like literally, like, it's just something we do. We don't think right, and we just kind of think we can fix and help with everything. Like literally, this lady, I could be sitting and talking to this lady, and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, our pool thing is all, fucked up," and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, you want me to look at it? I can take a look at it, maybe try to fix it," even though I couldn't fix shit. So, I mean, I've done that plenty of times, just like open mouth, insert foot, shouldn't say something because a lot of people take you up on that offer, and then all of a sudden you're taking apart something you have nothing. You know nothing about taking apart. So yeah, so I think really, first off, this daughter's okay. This daughter, this lady's daughter's friend is kind of a bitch. I think that you can't believe a damn word that comes out of her mouth. And I know she's 14 years old, but it doesn't matter. This lady, you get away from this family. First off, this family is like that family who will ask you to like buy you a very inappropriate gift. Like they'll buy you like a fish, but they won't buy you like a fish tank or fish food. And then they'll be like showing up at your Christmas party like, "Merry Christmas, here's a fish in a bag." And you'll be like, "Oh, is you got a tank or some food?" And they're like, "No, you have to go buy that." And then you have to go out in the snow and just go buy a fucking fish bowl for a fish that's gonna die anyways in a day. The thing of the matter is yeah, get away from this family. I don't trust this family. Especially the daughter. Like, seriously, like, who knows? Like, the daughter may eventually accuse your husband of being inappropriate with her. You know what I mean? And the fact, the daughter, or your daughter not saying anything, it's like, yeah, because it's like, I'm gonna call this 14-year-old friend Tina. It's like, yeah, I didn't say anything because like frickin' Tina says stuff all the time, says stupid shit all the time. So I don't know. I think you should get away from Tina. I think you should get away from Tina's mom. And, that way you don't have to, on Christmas Eve at a Christmas party, run out and get some fish stuff for a fish. So, yeah. What do you think?
Well, I get why the daughter didn't say anything. Like, she doesn't want to go against her friend if it isn't true. So I don't. I think it's weird that the daughter didn't say anything, but at the same time, the friend was there and she didn't want to upset her friend. But I feel like the mom would be a little bit of an asshole for taking her daughter out of the class. If she was so concerned, she could just make sure her husband doesn't do the pickups or drop offs if she was that concerned about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you should run for the hills, man. This family sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like this family sounds nutty. And like you have a daughter like that. Like when I was a kid, I had a friend, a best friend who was like I was a good kid. Like I was a really good kid. Like and I had this friend who was kind of wild, who was a little bit more wild than me. And it was obviously that my parents like hated him, but like put up with him because he was my friend. But this is different when, like, if he started bringing my family into stuff, like causing my mom and dad to fight, yeah, I wouldn't want to be friends with this girl either. And here's the thing, this girl here, everybody at, 13 and 14, a lot of people aren't that popular and don't have a lot of friends. I didn't have a lot of friends at like 13 or 14. I just didn't. I mean, I
That
don't
was
now. I don't
that was
now either.
probably my peak time.
For friends,
Yeah.
yeah.
Before I lost them all.
But like I said, she'll be fine. Put her in a different class. Get away from that girl, because you can't trust that girl. You can't trust it. You can't trust that. Um, somebody who gossips like that and does idle speech and everything like that. And it doesn't matter if they're 14 or not, you know, eventually it gets to a point where you're like, okay, yeah, seriously, don't talk about my husband. Don't talk about, my family in a negative way. You know what I mean? And I do think it was bold of that the snotty girl's mother to ask that when they barely know each other. I think that's a little weird too. Maybe she's tired of her daughter. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think for sure, get away from that. I don't think you'd be an asshole for removing your daughter from that art class. Unless your daughter is extremely, extremely, extremely like attached to the art class.
Yeah.
And then, if not, then go ahead. Just remove her from the art class. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Um, at least I don't think. But if she's really attached to the art class, well, just find a way to get rid of the friend. There's plenty of ways to try to get your daughter to find a new friend. Maybe pay your daughter and then be like, okay, I'll give you $100 if you never talk to Tina again. You know what I mean? So, okay, so now we move on. Our first episode is going to be a little short because I didn't know you have to pay for Zoom to get longer meetings, so we're on a very, very, very tight time limit. So, um, cool. So, we're on a very, very tight time limit right now. So, next episode will be longer and it'll be a little more nicer and well organized. So, here is the marriage advice from our friend Rhonda. My husband's mother wants to come live with us. She is getting older and her husband died. Her and I don't get along when she stays to visit too long. Oh, her and I don't get along when she stays to visit too long. So, I can only imagine if she lived with us. I suggest to my husband that we get her into a nice retirement home, not a nursing home, an independent living community where she can come and go as she pleases and will have companionship. Am I wrong for feeling this way? And how do I talk my husband into this as at least an idea to put on the table? That is from a friend of ours named Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. And again, remember, if you want us to give you marriage advice, just go and email us at Tom and Abby. That's TOMANDABBY UNFILTERED at gmail.com. Subject line marriage advice. That's Tom and Abby Unfiltered at gmail.com. Subject line marriage advice. Just bear in mind we are not professionals. Okay, so Rhonda. Oh, yeah. You got yourself into a mess, sister. I mean, you got yourself into a mess. Now, there are two ways you can see this. Okay, you can see it as you're not entitled to have anybody in your home that you are not comfortable with. Okay, that is 100% facts. Also, you got to see it as this way. Your husband also has the right to want to have his mother in his home. So it's kind of like something that you need to talk about. Now listen, I agree with you, right? The independent living community, for me at least, is the best way to go. I mean, that would be great. I mean, you look at these places, they have bingo that all these older people can go to. They always find their friend and they're like, "Oh yeah, me and Helen are going to like sewing class," or "Oh yeah, me and Nancy were listening to records," or something like that, whatever old people do. Um, they can be really great, especially for companionship. And my question is, has your husband talked to his mother? Maybe she don't want to come live with you guys. I mean, maybe she wants to stay where she's at, or um, or maybe she'd be down to go to the independent living community. I would say that would be a good choice. I know my mother. I love my mother. My mother always told me, okay? She always said, and this is from my mother, this isn't me, so it's not sexist because my mother, who is a woman who has said this, she always goes, two women in a house can't live together. My mother has always said that. And she said that since I've been a young boy. Two women in a house cannot live together. I don't know if there's any truth in that, but that's something my mother has always said. Now, if this was a situation with my mother, which we had me and you had a similar sort of situation. Luckily, my mother got well. Um, and I would refuse to put my mother in a nursing home. Okay. Just because I've worked at nursing homes. I've known people that worked at nursing homes, and they're literally the worst. We only have 10 minutes left in this meeting, so I'll make it quick. So, I will say, but independent living is a different situation, and it definitely should be something that you and your husband should talk about, and you should actually ask your mother-in-law what if she would like that? What do you think, Hun, about our friend Rhonda's situation?
I mean, you pretty much covered everything. The only thing I could think to say is like, does she have a lot of friends? Like, because if not, like, this would be a great opportunity for her to make lots of friends that she doesn't have.
Did I tell you my mom's coming to live with us tomorrow?
Oh,
Rhonda is me. No, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, if she don't have a lot of friends, this is a great opportunity for her to make some. I mean, my mom, she lives at kind of a independent kind of 55 and older, not technically a retirement community, but 55 and older. And she has made lots of friends when she moved in there. So yeah, I think it's great for people that want to socialize, kind of those social butterflies that don't know where to meet other people. Yeah, definitely
I
retirement
mean,
community. I disagree with the nursing home in general.
I
I
mean,
mean,
she'd have her own like area for herself.
right,
Whereas at if living with her son and well, her daughter-in-law puts her like kind of like in their area
right,
and like kind of like I don't know. Feel like it's nice for some like people to have their own area.
right. Now, I think there would be more of a debate if it was a nursing home. Again,
Yeah.
I don't judge anybody who puts their family members in nursing homes. Again, you are not, you are not indentured um, to anybody. You know what I mean? You have the right to not want somebody in your home, especially somebody who you don't get along with, and especially somebody who's toxic, and no amount of guilt is right on that. And again, like I said, personally, I would never put my mother in a nursing home. But at the same time, you know what I mean? There are other options, home health, all sorts of different options out there. But yeah, of course, if you have to put your family member in a nursing home, that happens sometimes, and it's a decision that you make. And, I don't judge anybody who makes that decision. I will say that the nursing homes, like I said, around here, are very terrible. I know of three of them, and three of them are equally as bad. That's not saying all nursing homes are bad, and that's not saying all nursing home workers are bad, but the ones around here are pretty bad. So just that if it was a nursing home, I would say that you could have more of a debate. But this is an independent living. This is literally like she'll have her own little apartment and be around friends. This is a little bit different than the nursing home situation. So I think you should ask the mother-in-law. Just be like, hey, you want to stay where you're at, or do you want to go to this beautiful independent living place? And just kind of schedule a meeting for her to go there and go check it out and see what she thinks because she might end up really liking it. I think you know what I mean in the long run. And then if not, just think about home health. If tell your husband she could stay at home and get home health. If she could afford to pay for a retirement place, which they are very expensive, independent living is very expensive versus a nursing home, which is a little bit on the cheaper side. Independent living is very expensive. So if she could afford independent living. She could afford a home health healthcare worker as well. So that's the situation, Rhonda, as I see it. And I think Abby agreed with me. So yeah, and if, like I said, if you want us to give you marriage advice, or advice of any kind, you can go to Tom and Abby Unfiltered at gmail.com and just put in the subject line marriage advice, and we will get to your advice. Try to keep it lighthearted advice. We don't want to really have to go heavy into this advice because we are not professionals. So, um, anything else you'd like to say?
I think that's it.
All right. Bye for now, people.
Bye.
Please, please download and rate this podcast and share it with a friend. It really helps. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Tom Abby Pod. And follow us on Facebook. Search Tom and Abby Unfiltered Podcast. If you would like marriage advice from Abby and I, email us at tomandabbyunfiltered at gmail.com. Subject line marriage advice. Just bear in mind that we are not professionals, and any advice given should be taken as satirical and for entertainment purposes only. And until next time, stay safe and sane in this crazy world we live in.